An off-duty Border Patrol agent was shot in the face by two men in the country illegally after they tried to rob him and a woman in a park in New York City. The men had extensive criminal records, and many are asking how they were even in the country.
Conservatives are jumping all over this case to illustrate problems with the immigration system. What we're gonna do, as objectively as possible, is discuss the legal procedures at play here.
So the two men arrested for the attack are from the Dominican Republic and entered the US illegally in 2023. Since then, the alleged shooter has been arrested at least 4 times, with charges of felony grand larceny, assault, criminal contempt for violating a domestic violence order of protection, and he also had an active warrant out for an armed robbery with a firearm, as well as an arrest for a stabbing. After failing to show up for his immigration hearings, a judge issued an order for him to be deported in 2024.
So with all that background in mind, here's what happened. First, when the man illegally entered the country, he was actually apprehended at the border. However, Border Patrol released him into the US with an order to appear in court later on. This catch and release policy was common at the time, but he never actually showed up for immigration court.
Second, New York has adopted bail reform policies. While the man was arrested and charged multiple times, it's important to note that he wasn't actually convicted of anything. As part of the 2020 bail reforms, New York City eliminated cash bail for most misdemeanors and violent felonies. And under those reforms, even when bail can happen, judges are required to use the least restrictive means possible when deciding on bail or not.
Interestingly, after some pushback from the public, a lot of the most progressive aspects of bail reform have been removed.
Overall, based on reports, it appears that the man was never actually held on bail for any of his arrests, but rather released pending trial.
Third, New York City has adopted sanctuary city policy. This just generally means that the city won't comply with federal immigration enforcement. So that means even if someone who's in the country illegally is arrested, the NYPD usually can't inform or comply with ICE.
Finally, even though the man did have an active deportation order from a judge, he just hadn't been found and caught yet, which isn't particularly unusual. Due to budget constraints and other logistical delays, there are an estimated 1.5 million people in the US right now with active deportation orders.